Throughout history, cultures around the world have told tales of terrifying and awe-inspiring creatures, monsters that lurk in the shadows, guard sacred places, or challenge the bravest of heroes. From the fire-breathing dragons of Europe to the shape-shifting yokai of Japan, these mythical beasts embody the fears, beliefs, and imaginations of their people. This series will explore some of the most legendary monsters of mythology, uncovering their origins, powers, and the stories that keep them alive to this day. Welcome to Myth and Lores, a journey into the dark and divine. Without further ado, let's jump into another lore. The Hydra, one of the most fearsome creatures in Greek mythology, is steeped in dark lore and symbolism. Its myth has fascinated people for centuries. Here's a look into its eerie history, origins, and the deeper meanings behind the legend. The Hydra is often depicted as a monstrous, multi-headed serpent or dragon that dwells in the swamps of Lerna, a region in ancient Greece. The creature is described as having anywhere from 9 to hundreds of heads, depending on the version of the myth, with one of those heads being immortal. Its breath was poisonous, and its blood could cause death or destruction. The Hydra's heads were not just a physical menace. They also had a regenerative power, meaning that for every head severed, 2 or more would grow back in its place. This regenerative ability made the Hydra nearly impossible to defeat by conventional means, and its venomous breath made it even more dangerous. Its existence was a constant reminder of the struggle between human heroes and the forces of chaos. The Hydra and Hercules. The most famous myth involving the Hydra is the second labor of Hercules. As part of his 12 labors, Hercules was tasked with slaying the Hydra. When he arrived at the swamp where the Hydra lived, he faced a daunting challenge. Whenever he cut off one of the creature's heads, 2 or more would grow in his place. The monster was nearly invincible, but Hercules was clever. He realized that he needed to stop the regeneration. With the help of his nephew Aeolus, who used a torch to cauterize the stumps of the severed heads, Hercules was able to prevent the Hydra from growing new heads. After a long and bloody battle, he defeated the creature by severing its immortal head, which he buried under a rock to ensure it couldn't return. He then dipped his arrows in the Hydra's toxic blood, giving them lethal power. The Hydra represents several themes that resonate deeply with the darker aspects of human experience. The unstoppable nature of chaos. The Hydra's ability to regenerate and multiply when wounded symbolizes chaos or evil as an ever-present and uncontainable force. No matter how much you try to fight it, the monster keeps coming back, often stronger or more numerous than before. This reflects the difficulty of overcoming deeply ingrained evil or disorder. The eternal struggle. The Hydra is often seen as a representation of the eternal struggle between man and the forces of darkness. Even after Hercules succeeds, the Hydra's blood and venom, when used on his arrows, remain a constant reminder that victory over evil is never permanent and the fight for peace and stability is ongoing. Immortality and unconquerable. The immortal head of the Hydra represents the concept of invincibility or an enemy that cannot be fully defeated. The aspect of death cannot be controlled or fully overcome. Hercules had to confront this head directly, sealing it under a rock, a metaphor for attempting to suppress what is immortal or beyond human power. The poison of the world. The The Hydra's venomous breath and blood also signify corruption, disease, and the idea of poison spreading uncontrollably. In ancient times, poisons and venom were often associated with the unseen, unexplainable dangers of the world, things that were often hidden and mysterious, but capable of causing widespread destruction. Transformation and duality. In some versions of the myth, the Hydra's defeat comes not through brute force, but through cunning and collaboration. This duality, where both Hercules' strength and Iolaus' fire are needed to defeat the beast, suggests that complex challenges often require both force and intellect, light and darkness, to overcome. The Hydra in literature and art. Over time, the Hydra has appeared in various works of literature, philosophy, and art, often taking on new layers of meaning. It's a symbol that transcends its original myth, representing societal fears, internal struggles, and even the nature of war or conflict. In medieval texts, the Hydra might be equated with the devil or demonic forces that cause endless strife. In modern interpretations, it can symbolize a seemingly inescapable evil or a problem that only grows worse the more it is confronted. The Hydra in the cosmos. In some interpretations, the Hydra is also seen as a cosmic monster, representing the dark forces that existed before the creation of order in the universe. The battle between Hercules and the Hydra is not just one of a hero and a beast, but a symbolic representation of the fight between order and chaos, good and evil, life and death. Its dark presence in the mythology highlights the ancient understanding that the world is filled with forces both seen and unseen, good and bad. The Hydra's enduring nature suggests that evil or disorder is not easily vanquished and will always return in new forms, forcing mortal and divine heroes to confront them repeatedly. The Hydra in modern culture. The Hydra has become a powerful and recognizable symbol in modern media, often used to represent overwhelming challenges, villainous organizations, or forces of corruption that are difficult to overcome. In films, video games, and literature, the creature often appears as a literal or metaphorical embodiment of a problem that multiplies and grows stronger the more it is fought. For example, Marvel's Hydra organization is a criminal and fascist group that always seems to have a new leader, growing back like the many heads of the mythological beast. The Hydra remains a potent figure in mythology and storytelling, embodying the darkness of regeneration, chaos, and the struggle for control over uncontrollable forces. It symbolizes the complexities of overcoming seemingly insurmountable evil, and this myth continues to echo through the ages, a testament to the terrifying resilience of chaos in the face of human perseverance. In all its dark grandeur, the Hydra is a reminder that some monsters, no matter how hard you fight, will always return. That concludes this lore. If you like what you heard, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next lore. Bye.